Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes the Week. You can support this channel through the PayPal and Subscribe Star links below to keep me making this series of videos. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, it really helps me out. Before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, the MGTOW Book Collection Part 2. Whether you're getting camel toe in Cambodia, banging babes in burqas in Turkey, or taking Polaroids of ladyboys in Thailand, Luca Vendetti has a series of books to make you live the dream. His new 3-booklet series includes How to Live on $500 a Month in Cambodia, Turkey, and Vietnam, in addition to his classic How to Retire on $200K in Southeast Asia. He also has the MGTOW book. Visit MGTOWbooks.com and use the promo code Sandman to get 10% off. Now available in 4 formats: PDF, Mobi for Kindle, EPUB, and text-to-speech MP3. Sponsor link is down below. Anyways, now on with the memes. Number 1, we have Ashley on a dating site with her partner, and he likes to watch. Watch what, perhaps? Sons of Anarchy or Walking Dead. But seriously, just imagine being with her and using your swing on her while that guy looks at you all creepy like. You know what they say, that couples that play together stay together. Jack Murphy, eat your heart out. Moving on is a woman that says a man needs to be 6'6" with tattoos, muscles, a thick swing, and a 6-figure income. Meanwhile, all she has to do is look like a bag of potatoes, or possibly like this woman, and believe that she's entitled to a man that's in the top 0.1% of all men. If anyone knows where this ghoul is from, then please share it in the comment section. Number 3, I asked you guys if you would be with her, but it's an extreme eye workout just to figure out the logistics and where all the parts go. I've heard of camel toe before, but this looks like the biggest one I've ever seen. We may need a new term, elephant toe, to describe this. I wouldn't get with her if she was the last lady on Earth and the future of the species depended on it. Up next, we have a woman wishing she could go back to traditionalism because feminism has made it so now women have to work instead of being financially supported by men. And it's all some girl boss's fault. Women's liberation came with the responsibility of going to work. So stop crying and go back to the wagey cagey, you independent whamming you. I think the motto of the story is don't give women what they want because they won't like it. Number 5, don't you just love it when a woman knows how to take care of her car? Looks like she sure found those lug nuts that were under the bonnet. She's fixing a Kia, the number 1 choice of single mother drivers. They drive a cheap car not because they want to save money, for their children of course, but because it's the least expensive car on the cooch lot. But seriously, this is a fine example of a female chameleon. She's even wearing green. Up next, we have a man, or what used to pass for a man, that's talking about his wife being out with 2 bulls. The guys are brothers and it sounds like they're boinking her. The husband is at home wearing her underwear, eagerly waiting for her to message him. He asks, is there a better feeling than this fellow cucks? Yes, there is a better feeling. The one that you get when an asteroid hits the Earth. Here's a picture of the bulls. Adam 22, is that you? Number 7 is a woman giving birth to this man's baby, and he looks shocked at the complexion of the kid. Funny enough, this sort of thing does happen with a mixed couple from time to time when they have a blonde-haired and blue-eyed baby. He's probably pissed off because the baby wasn't born with gold teeth. I bet he never saw this twist coming. At least he was there for the birth. You can't take that away from him. Number 8 is a New York Post article explaining the real reason why more women are dumping men and dating women instead. I hope someone tells them that the divorce rate for women that marry each other is around 75%. Unfortunately, most older women won't buy a younger woman a house or a car. They also have a super high domestic violence rate. But I think this is fine because it lowers the female body count out there. Moving on, we have a man named Mario that went on a dating app and got 0 likes. So he used FaceApp to look like Maria. And then he got 200 likes in an hour as a woman. I'm sure he'd do just fine if he didn't use his passport picture as his profile pic. To be honest though, it doesn't matter. And at this point, he's probably a passport bro anyway. But the guy just needs to surgery max and have those hunter eyes, and it'll all be good. Number 10, imagine saying that being this size doesn't matter. I don't know about you, but I don't think it's healthy to look like you have 5 knees on 1 leg. Apparently she's talented as a good rapper too. But we all know that her bigger talent, no pun intended, is at the all-you-can-eat buffet. Her rap nickname should be Little Diabeto, and there's a good chance she'll be the first one to perform while attached to a dialysis machine on stage. Up next is some guy named Michael saying that someone is going to have to give up a piece of their pie so that others can have more. Well, apparently not his pie because he has a mansion in DC and Martha's Vineyard and is building one in Hawaii as well. He also said this back in 2008, and back then the only pie you could take from him was of the cream variety, if you know what I mean. I guess it pays to be the president's husband. Number 12, someone asked the question, why are women evacuated first in a disaster as a joke? Then he responds by telling the punchline, which is so that men can think of a solution in silence. That's true because in a stressful and dangerous situation, women act especially irrationally and tend to cause panic. You don't want to have to deal with two disasters at the same time now, do you? Moving on, what would you do if Jabba the Slut was dating and asking how tall you are? You could always say not as tall as you are wide. But even if you said that, Jabba would still be a 10 in her mind. But I don't think the Jabba cares too much about height because she sent out a bounty hunter after Han. Number 14 is a woman that loves her soldier husband or boyfriend so much that the first thing she did when he shipped out was to make her first video, if you know what I mean. The guy was probably shocked that she would be the filling in a human Oreo cookie so quickly after he left. Remember, soldier, this is the feminism that you fought and spilled your blood for in the Middle East. Up next is a Beta Bucks doctor and millionaire surgeon divorcing his wife Regina Turner after he discovers that she has a double life as a high-end working girl. Good for him, he got rid of her instead of being cucked. But he should have known that she was only with him for the money. Odds are she's the one that's going to take him to the cleaners, even though he filed for divorce first. Number 16 are apparently the only 4 options for men these days. Number 1, become a stepdad/ATM. Number 2, date lonely friends creators. Number 3, date a fat or ugly bumpkin. Or number 4, stay single. Audrey Huff, the guy saying this, says that he's going to stay single. Other guys try the passport bro thing, and some of the crazy ones even try transmaxing. The bottom line for the passport bros thing is that you're just becoming an ATM in another country for a woman that expects a lot less from you. Moving on is a woman that spoke to her ex after 10 years, and he asked her if she was a miss or a missus, and she said doctor. Someone responds by saying your ex was asking if you were single or not, and that he wouldn't actually want a doctor that was that stupid. She was trying to show off her new status, not realizing that men don't care about a woman's status. I hope she enjoys her cats into her old age. Odds are, though, she made up the story. Either that or she just got a PhD in period studies. Number 18 is the difference between a depressed guy and a depressed girl. Everyone wants to hear all about her problems because there's a chance that she can cry on their shoulder. And then their schwing can cry in her cooch. There's also another level to this. The mics could be representing one-eyed willies, and she's feasting on them to help alleviate her depression. Number 19, we have a male feminist wondering how long he has to agree with women until he finally gets laid. The correct answer is forever. But his face doesn't really scream out male feminist to me. There's a store out there called Forever 21 in Canada for women. Maybe they should create one called Forever Friend Zone for guys like him. Up next, the study says that 70% of men would rather die early than give up eating meat. Sorry, Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab, but men will reject the crickets, and they don't care how many cows have to fart for them to have steak. I ate steak for 10 days straight last summer and felt better than I have in many years. But my autoimmune issues flared up thanks to inflammation. If I didn't have that problem, I'd be eating steaks every day. Number 21, apparently there's an obesity pay gap that's worse than previously thought. How about lose some weight so that employer doesn't discriminate against you? 90+% of those that hire you are women in the human resources department, so if you want to blame someone, blame them. People just naturally don't want to be around disgusting blobs. Getting hired at a job has a lot to do with likability as well as your weight. Moving on, we have a Lincolnshire mom that claims to have the biggest eyebrows in Britain. Why didn't she also say she's got the worst teeth in Britain too? If she paints any more black on her face, then she'll be classified as doing blackface. She'd also probably make a great partner to Jaws. And he's 6 feet tall and would probably intimidate her children to behave properly. Are there still no dentists in the UK either? Number 23, 2 burglars made the biggest mistake of their lives, breaking into the house of a gay man that took advantage of them for 5 days straight, in a very intimate way. The mugshot for the guy on the left looks especially painful. I doubt this story is real though. But if it was, they'd probably all end up in the same jail cell for round 2. They broke into his house, so he broke in them back, and someone should make this into Home Alone 3. Up next is a guy that says his girlfriend called him around 4 a.m. to say that she just loves him. Someone responds by saying she felt guilty for cheating. Someone supplies a community note and says, you have to feel shame to feel guilt. This isn't about how she feels. This is about making the guy feel good so he doesn't suspect anything. I had a girlfriend called drunk while hanging out with her friends while she went out, telling me stuff like this at least a dozen times. Maybe she was cheating. Number 25 and the last one is a new device for people who get offended quite easily. If you find this offensive, then you probably need your very own pair of toilet paper earrings too. The toilet paper needs to be rainbow colored though, but yes, this is an important innovation. The guy in the picture is also missing purple hair and a medical mask. AOC would probably be the biggest customer, which means that they would never go out of business, soaking up her crocodile tears. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Give this video a like to push it in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoyed this series and want me to expand on it, then please donate at the PayPal and Subscribestar links below, and I'll occasionally make a fourth video like this each week. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.